Okay, so moving on with probability, we're going to look at using tables in probability. Now, what we're trying to do here is to figure out what is the sample space. Okay, so the big question is with some things, well, what exactly is the sample space? In other words, what is possible? What are all the different things that are possible? Now, tables are just one way to do that. Now, the thing is though, using tables only works if you've got a combination of two things happen. All right, now, it only works if there's two things going on. As soon as there's three things, you can't do this. Okay, so you're trying to figure out what is the chances of two particular things happening. Okay, so let's look at an example. What if I'm going to roll a six-sided dice twice? Okay, there's my dice. I'm going to roll it twice, and I'm going to add the results. So you might want to know, all right, well, what's the chances of probability of a 5 happening? Okay, or what's the probability of less than 3? Okay, now just off the top of your head, you can't kind of figure that out. You need a table to help you. So we're going to set up this way. I've just said this is the first roll. Okay, so that's everything that's, if I roll it one time, got a 6. Okay, and then I roll it the second time, I got a 1. So 6 for the first roll, 1 for the second roll. You add it up, because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at what is the chances of adding this thing up, okay, and getting different results. Well, 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so we could figure out what's the chances of a 7 happening. That's my first roll, it's a 1. Second roll is a 4. So I've got a 1 and a 4, add those up, that's 5. Okay, so we don't have to sit there and just keep rolling this thing to figure this out. We can just fill in the table theoretically. If I get a 1 there and a 1 there, well, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can see the pattern, it gets pretty straightforward. We just fill it in like this, because that's what's happening. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, what we're doing is just adding 1 each time. Okay, so fairly straightforward concept to fill this in. Oop. If I can write, it'd be good. It's a 10, it's a 9. I'm going backwards there. That's the problem. Okay, all right. So that's a 10. All right, so immediately we can see that, look, this 7 is the most likely thing to happen. There are 6 times 7 shows up. Okay, so this whole grid, all these things here, that is the sample space. That is everything that is possible. If I'm rolling this twice and adding the result, so 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, so we can now use this to figure out, theoretically, the chances of things happening. So, what's the chances of getting a 5? Okay, well, first of all, what's the total number of things that are possible? Well, I've got a 6 by 6 grid. That means there's 36 boxes there. So there's 36 things in total that are possible. Okay, how many 5s show up? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 5s. All right, now let's get the magic buttons. 4 ABC 36, that's 1 over 9. Okay, so that's simplified down to 1/9. You need to know how to do that for the test, okay? Using the fraction button to simplify things. Look at this other one here. What's the probability of less than 3? So that's not 3, there's less than 3. Okay, well, actually there's only one number in this whole grid that is less than 3, and that's the 2 here. Okay, so that only occurs once. You've got a 1 in 36 chance of getting something less than 3. 1 itself is not possible because you're adding, Okay, the smallest number that's possible is a 2, 1 plus 1. Okay, the highest number that's possible is a 12. Okay, let's just do another one over here. What's the probability of greater than or equal to 9? Okay, so let's look at it here. So I've got basically what I'm after. I'm going to colour this in. I'm after a zone on this table, aren't I? It includes 9. It's more than 9, but also including 9. So that's all my 9s. But then it's these boxes as well. They are all representing stuff that is either 9 or greater than 9. Greater than or equal to 9. So let's count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And it's still over 36 because there's still 36 possibles. 10 over 36. Let's check that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If you can count, you can do this stuff. Okay. Let's just go back to the magic buttons again. 10 ABC 36 is 5 over 18. And that's the simplified fraction. Okay. So just to recap, what we're doing here is we're just using this to capture everything that is possible. That is what a sample space is. It's everything that is possible. But this only works if I'm doing 2 things. If I was rolling 3 dice and then adding it, I couldn't use a table because we need 2 sides like that. Okay? All right. Let's have another example. What if I'm rolling a dice, but I'm also flipping a coin, and I'm going to record the 2 things that are possible there. So, heads and a 3. Heads and a 2. Tails and a 1. All right? So, the question is, what's the sample space there? Well, I've already started this table, but we've got the dice across the top here. That's everything that's possible on the dice. Only 2 things are possible on the coin. I've got either heads or tails. Doesn't matter which way you put them around. Quite frankly, this whole thing could be vertical. Still going to get the same answer. Okay. So what's happening in here? There's a 1 and head. 2, head, 3, head, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. Okay. And here there's 1 and a tail. 2 and a tail, etc., etc. Okay, so that represents everything that is possible if I did that. If I rolled a single 6-sided dice and then tossed a coin. Okay, so this represents everything every combination I can possibly get. A table is just a way to simplify listing out everything that's possible. All right, so let's look at some questions here. What if I wanted to know the probability of getting a 5? Okay, well, first of all, how many options have I got? There's 12 options, isn't there? There's 6 in that row, 6 in that row. So there's 12 possible things that can happen. How many times does a 5 show up? Well, it shows up twice. Okay, and if you go and do the ABC button, the fraction button on your calculator, that'll come out as 1/6. All right, what if I want probability of 2 in the head or a tail, any tail? Okay, remember this whole or thing, we need to be familiar with that. What we're doing is there's 2 separate things that we can have. So that's actually probability of the 2 plus the head plus probability of a tail in any combo. All right, so again, they're all going to be over 12. How many times does a 2 and a head show up? Bang, 1. There's only 1 option that's 2 in the head. How many times does a tail show up? All of these, 6. Okay. So you don't need to know much about fractions. All you just got to do is drive this thing for the test. Okay, so 1 ABC 12. That's that one. plus plus 6 ABC 12 okay, so it's saying that's 61 no, I got that wrong. That's actually 7 over 12. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. There you go. This is what happens when you don't edit your videos. 7 over 12. That should get you that. Okay, so the point is, this is just a way of easily seeing what is possible. This whole table here, that is the sample space. That's everything that is possible. You just got to remember, here's counting. You need the total number of things that are possible, and then how many times the thing that you're looking for shows up. Okay, that's all it is. All right, so that is using a table. It only works if you've got two things happening. You won't need to make the decision in the test whether to use a table or not. The question should say use a table. Okay, but that's how it's working.